Hey everyone, it's AC here, and welcome to Top 10 Tuesday, and we'll be doing the 1990 number 10. Alright, my number 10. This may surprise some people that it's this low, but Saving Private Ryan from 1998. The best war movie of all time, and it's number 10 in the 90s. That just goes to show you how stacked the 90s were when it comes to movies. Best war movie of all time. Another masterpiece by Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, Matt Damon. We'll see more Matt Damon later on. You'll see, with me at least. I don't know about AC.
Probably not.
But, okay. But this is the best war movie of all time. And check it out if you haven't already. Watch it on D-Day, if possible. But it's classic. And it's not quite, I think it'll be 78 years this year when we're recording this. I think D-Day was 1944. In 2022, 78 years. So watch it on D-Day in June. And that's all I have to say. How about that?
Okay,
number
guys.
9. Oh, number 10. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
number 10.
My number 10 is
mate.
JFK with Kevin Costner, Tommy Lee Jones, Gary Oldman, Laurie Metcalf, Joe Pesci, Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon, and Ed Asner.
Stacked cast.
And this is the movie about John F. Kennedy's assassination back in 1963.
Yep. Right. Yep.
Yes, and it was directed by Oliver Stone.
Yeah, Oliver Stone. Yep.
And John Williams did the music.
Oh, I forgot how you did the music for that.
Yeah. For those of you who are Star Wars fans, John Williams did the music for JFK, and he did music for the Star Wars
He
films.
did a lot of good movies. He did a lot of scores for movies. A lot of the big blockbuster movies. So that's just another John Williams score. Now, number 9. This is another one you guys would probably think is too low, but Shawshank Redemption. What? Number 9 should be top 5 easily. Once again, shows you how good the 90s were. And to be honest, I really like it. It's really good. But I think IMDb has kind of made the movie a tad bit overrated. It's not the best movie of all time. It's an all-time great movie, no doubt. But number 1 all time, top 10 all time, nah, not really. But I could see why you would think it'd be a top 10 movie of all time. It's not even top 10, or it's barely top 10 in the 90s. Shawshank Redemption, you should obviously check it out if you haven't already. I think most people have seen it. If not, now's the time to watch it. Morgan Freeman, Tim Robbins, great movie. Just not as good as some people think it is. I don't love it like some people, but I still really like it. That's how good the 90s are. 90s were a great decade for movies. And what's your number 9, mate?
Okay, guys. My number 9 is Lethal Weapon 4 with Danny Glover, Mel Gibson, Joe Pesci, Rene Russo, and Chris Rock, and everyone. And Darlene Love's also in the Lethal Weapon 4. And, oh no! That's happened again, everyone. AJ's falling asleep. Ready to help me wake him up? On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wake up, AJ!
Oh, God. Thanks for waking me up, everybody. Now, Lethal Weapon 4 was the worst Lethal Weapon movie by far. It's the only bad Lethal Weapon movie. The other ones range from decent to mediocre, and this one was their worst one. Unforgiven, directed and starring Clint Eastwood. It's a great movie. Great Western. One of the best Westerns of all time. This is, I'd say it's my favorite Clint Eastwood Western. Clint Eastwood movie.
Right.
Gene Hackman's also in it, right?
Yes.
One of the best Westerns of all time. Best Western of the 1990s. And I would say, dare I say, better than Tombstone, which is not going to be in the top 10. And it's the last great Western ever. Well, unless you consider Django Unchained a Western, which is borderline, but it's at least the last great Western of the 20th century. I'll say that. What do you think about Unforgiven? And what do you think about the other movies I mentioned if you've seen them?
Shawshank Redemption was It was all right, probably 7 or 6. And I watched Unforgiven, and it was fun. My number 8 is Toy Story 2 with Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Don Rickles, John Ratzenberger, Wallace Shawn, Jim Varney, Joan Cusack, Kelsey Grammer, and much more.
Yep. This was the last movie Jim Varney did before he unfortunately passed away in 2000.
It was about 3 months after the release.
Number 7. Silence of the Lambs from 1991. One of the best horror movies of all time. Anthony Hopkins is unforgettable in Silence of the Lambs. Jodie Foster is a career high for her. This is a 90s horror movie right here. This is great, and this is everybody's peak. Everyone was at their best for Silence of the Lambs. And you should check it out if you haven't already, which I'd be surprised if you haven't already watched it. But this is a great horror movie. And this 90s list, for people are probably going to disagree with the positions of some of the movies. So just fair warning on that if you already didn't realize that. But this is going to be a little more controversial than some of my other top 10s. Not as far as the movies go, but where I put the movies. Silence of the Lambs, number 7. Check it out. And it's on Criterion Collection too. I got the old school DVD.
Old school?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I can't go wrong going old school. Yeah. This was the original one, not the one they re-released recently. But check it out again. Number 7 for AC.
Okay, guys. My number 7 is Suburban Commando with Hulk Hogan and Christopher Lloyd. That came out in 1991.
It's a terrible 90s movie. It's one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen in my life. Hulk Hogan is he from space or something?
Yes, he was.
Gosh. Number 6. Good Will Hunting. And this is starring Robin Williams, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck.
Number 6 is Lethal Weapon 3 with Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Joe Pesci, Darlene Love, and Rene Russo. That came out in 1992.
What's it called again?
Lethal Weapon 3.
Lethal Weapon 3, okay. That was mediocre. Number 5. LA Confidential from 1996. I've said this before, but I'm a sucker for movies set during the golden age of Hollywood, during the 30s, 40s, or 50s, or 60s. This is set during 1940, if I'm not mistaken. I think 1940. It's based off the book, which I haven't read the book, but I might. But the cast of the movie is pretty good cast. I'd say the cast. Russell Crowe is great in it. Danny DeVito is in it. He's career high for Danny DeVito. Career high for Russell Crowe. I like this better than Gladiator and A Beautiful Mind, which Gladiator is mediocre, but Beautiful Mind's good. It's great movie, but this is awesome movie. And there's a guy I don't know who this guy is. This random guy was in it that he did some stuff several years ago. No one talks about him anymore. He was also in it, but we can't mention his name, but you probably already seen him. I'm trying to cover him with my hand, but he was also in it, and I can't talk about him. But this is a great movie. Check it out if you haven't already. Have you seen LA Confidential?
I've heard about it, but no, I haven't.
I think you may like it. It's set during the 40s.
Oh, Russell Crowe. Okay.
You might have seen it before.
Oh.
You probably forgot that you've seen it.
Okay. 1996, right?
Yeah, 1996.
I might need to rewatch it again.
Yeah. You guys need to check it out. I'd say we're getting, once again, not another top 20 movie of all time for me. Check it out if you haven't already. And some people may not have seen this. This is probably one of the less popular movies I have. It's not obscure by any means, but it's not as popular. So check it out.
My number 5 is Home Alone 2 in New York City.
Boston, New York.
1992. Macaulay Culkin, Catherine O'Hara, John Hurd, Daniel Stern, Joe Pesci, Donald Trump, Brenda Fricker, Tim Curry, and much more.
Tim Curry. Yeah, Tim Curry.
Yes.
Yep. And Rob Schneider was in it too.
Forgot about that. I didn't know he was in there.
Yeah, he was in it. He was part of the hotel staff.
Was he on SNL?
Yeah, he was, and he flirted stuff with Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Yep. Number 4, right?
Number 4.
Number 4. Pulp Fiction from 1994. Yes, we're getting to top 15 material right here. This is a awesome movie. The best Quentin Tarantino movie. This is a career high for everybody. John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis. Everybody was at their peak of their power. Bruce Willis may be questionable, Die Hard, but everyone knew their role and everyone did their job near perfection. This may not be for everybody, but I would at least watch it to see if it is for you. Now, this is an awesome movie. This is one of the movies that got me more into movies. Once I saw this, I seeked out other movies, and that just led me to a rabbit hole. And that's how I watched some of these other movies that have been mentioned and will be mentioned.
And someone watched the Three Stooges Brideless Groom episode, and that Emil Sick is saying, "Hold hands, you love birds."
Yeah, I think that was during the. I'm not going to mention. It was one of the. There was a scene that. It was in it, but I almost spoiled it slightly.
Don't spoil it.
Not
You
really.
have to.
I'll say it was after they went to the 50s diner. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But I need to watch this again. I watched this twice in 2020. I might need to watch it again in 2022. But what do you think about Pulp Fiction?
Could be better, could be worse.
So you think it's mediocre?
Yes.
How would the movie have been better?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, AJ.
Just not your thing?
Not my thing, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I like I'm glad that Bruce Willis and John Travolta. I'm glad they made the right people in the casting.
Yeah, John Travolta was a bit of a comeback for him.
Yeah.
So he had fallen to obscurity and done random crap movies.
Well, he look who's talking.
That was
the franchise.
that looks pretty bad. I haven't seen it, but
Yeah, I saw it a few years ago.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a fan of the first one. The second, third one, not really.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. That's my number 4. What is your number 4, matey?
Well, my number 4 is the Home Alone 1990 with Catherine O'Hara, John Hurd, Macaulay Culkin, John Candy, Joe Pesci, and Daniel Stern, and I forgot to mention this during Home Alone 2. John Candy was considered to have a cameo in the Home Alone 2 in New York.
Oh, yeah, he's supposed to come back and be the Polka King.
Yes, he was supposed to be, but unfortunately, it didn't happen like that.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been nice.
It would have been great if he was in both of those, not just the first one.
Yeah. Number 3. Can you hand me the DVD, the TS DVD? It's not the same Toy Story movie, but Toy Story, the first one, first Toy Story from 1995, the best anime movie of all time, easily, for me at least. Some people may not like it. I understand why some people don't. It's partially nostalgia, partially it was the first movie I really, really loved when I was probably barely a year old or maybe 2 years old at that. But it's one of the most rewatchable movies of all time, and I have a great time watching it. I've watched it. It's probably one of the movies I've watched the most in my life. I've probably watched this dozens of times, probably 20, 30 times. But check it out, obviously, if you haven't already. But I'd be surprised if you haven't seen it. But first Toy, yeah, this was part of a 2-pack. So
2-pack.
Toy Story 2, surprisingly, to some people is not in top 10, but it's an honorable mention. It's the honorary number 11. If I had a number 11, it'd probably be Toy Story 2 at number 11. But there's so many good 90s movies I haven't mentioned, or are not, and I haven't mentioned, and they're not going to be in the top 10. That's how good the '90s were, right, mate?
Yeah, they were.
I thought they were. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe you
they're,
disagree
yeah,
slightly.
they're good in some ways,
Yep.
shape or form.
Yep. Toy Story, check it out. Oh, all 4 Toy Stories you need to check out.
Well,
Oh, you want to bet? Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Okay, my number 3, everyone, is the first Toy Story from 1995.
So it was both of our number 3s.
Yes, and Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Don Rickles, Jim Varney, John Ratzenberger, Lauren Metcalf, and much more.
And no, Estelle Harris was in the second one. She wasn't in the first one, right?
Right, I mentioned her in the first one.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah,
the only movie we both have on our list.
yeah. Paul Newman and Jim Carrey are supposed to be the Buzz and Woody.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
It
would have been interesting, but I feel like it would have been a different movie.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I feel like the cast was perfect. Everybody
Perfect.
casted was perfect for their roles.
Yeah, Disney made some great decisions on the Buzz and Woody
Pixar
casting.
did.
Oh, Pixar
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney didn't own Pixar yet.
Yeah,
Disney bought out Pixar in 2006 for $7 billion.
Yeah, and Bill Murray was considered for the Buzz Lightyear role at one point.
And then wasn't Chevy Chase considered for a role too? I think Chevy Chase
yes,
was supposed to be in it.
yes.
I don't know, but it would have been a different movie, and it probably wouldn't have been as good. But I'm glad what happened.
Yes,
that's right.
They made for the best.
Yes. Yep. Number 2. Goodfellas from 1990. Really, what do I have to say? It's Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci. Goodfellas, do I look like a clown or something? Really? This is number 2. Do you have anything else to add? It's Goodfellas.
Yeah, it is good.
It's great.
It's probably in my top 12.
Okay, so
that and Casino are probably 11 and 12.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't mention Casino. Casino, I don't know.
Casino is better than Goodfellas.
I don't know if that even cracked my top 20 90s movies of all time. But there's so many good 90s movies. But
yeah,
Goodfellas career high for Martin Scorsese and Joe Pesci.
Yes.
And of course Ray Liotta.
Don Rickles was in the Casino.
Yeah, Don Rickles was in Casino. But Ray Liotta didn't really do much before and after. Well, he was in not Major League, what was that baseball movie?
Tom Hanks.
No, the baseball movie with Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yeah.
He was in that movie.
I saw that about 6 years ago.
That was in the 80s. But...
No, it was actually the year before Goodfellas.
Yeah. But after Field of Dreams and Goodfellas, Ray Liotta didn't do much else. He was in Many Saints of Newark from last year. But other than that, he hasn't done much since. But one of the best gangster movies of all time. The soundtrack is amazing. And everyone gives it their all. Number 2. What could be better than Goodfellas? You'll find out. This is top 10 movie of all time for me. The last couple were top 10 movies of all time for me. Now, what's your number 2, mate? I'm curious.
Oh, you'll have to wait and see.
I was a little surprised you didn't have Casino on your top 10, but it was your honorary number 11.
Number 2 is the Santa Claus with Tim Allen, Wendy Crewson, Eric Lloyd, Judge Reinhold, and Peter Boyle, and this is probably my favorite Christmas movie to watch during Christmas. And
Hey You!
Yes.
You should have worn your Tim Allen shirt today, but
that's all right. But anyway, this is a good Christmas movie, and no other actor better than Tim Allen to play the role of Santa Claus, and actors like Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, Mel Gibson, and Kurt Russell were considered for the role
and even Tom Hanks too.
Yeah, Tom Hanks at one point was considered for the role of Scott Calvin.
He was.
And Goldie Hawn was considered for the role as Laura Miller, and also because Kurt Russell has got Scott Calvin and Laura Miller role of Goldie Hawn, and John Hurt was considered for the role of Neil Miller.
Would have been interesting.
Yeah, it'd been great if they had John Hurt, Goldie Hawn, and Kurt Russell, but they did the right thing doing putting in Tim Allen because that was his first major move,
His first major starring role.
In the film.
And that probably led to Toy Story.
Yeah, it was led to Toy
Story. Probably.
Yes, and he was in Home Improvement during the times he made the Toy Story films and the Santa Claus.
Yeah, I remember when people loved Tim Allen. People don't really like him much anymore.
Oh, I love him.
Most people do. I still like him, but the world's kind of turned against him, and it's not.
It's just
right.
hard to believe that they have a little bit of Tim Allen these days.
Yep. Now, number one. Wait, let's do it together.
Number one!
Schindler's List from 1993. Best Steven Spielberg movie of all time. May surprise some people. This is the least rewatchable movie of all the movies I mentioned, but it's the best one. Well made. Everyone needs to watch it at least once in their life. I can understand. I don't know when I'll be able to watch it again. There's some images that are hard to stomach at times. But Best Picture, which is well deserved. It's in my top 5 movies of all time. For a reason. Check it out. Liam Neeson was fantastic in the movie. It's just amazing. This is... Look through some bonus materials. The main quote on here, it says, "The list is an absolute good. The list is life." That is... I can think of this direct scene that it's from. I'm getting chills now from that scene, but this is... You need to check it out. This is... I'd probably say you need to be at least 17 or 18 if you watch this. Unless you can stomach some gruesome imagery and...
With a mom or dad or a guardian.
You can watch it by yourself when you're 17 or 18, but if you're younger, yeah, watch it with someone else.
Yes.
But have you seen Schindler's List?
It looks pretty bad, so absolutely not.
What? You need to watch it.
Oh, AJ.
I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't like it.
Oh.
But
is Rob Schneider in that?
No.
Who's in that?
No, what? Liam Neeson.
Okay.
Rob Schneider, no way.
I was thinking of someone
way.
else.
This is way out of his league. He can only do comedic roles.
Yeah.
This is...
I
think I already know what AC's number 1 is going to be. I think it's a movie. It's a sports movie.
Okay.
Am I right? Is it a sports movie?
Yes.
And I think it's something... This is my number 1. I think you do something like this, right? They do something like that, right?
Yes.
And then they sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at the end of the movie, or towards the end of the movie.
It was at the middle of the movie.
Oh, middle of it. I thought they did it at the end of it. Okay, sorry. We've seen it probably dozens of times.
Probably
But
more.
I hinted at it.
And guys, you're probably not very surprised about this. So now my number 1 is Angels in the Outfield with Danny Glover, Tony Danza, Brenda Fricker, Ben Johnson, J.O. Sanders, Christopher Lloyd, Matthew McConaughey, Adrian Brody, and Milton Davis Jr., and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
Yes, Tony Danza, yes. And this is my favorite movie from the 90s, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt was 13 when it came out, and it was probably starring Adrian Brody and Matthew McConaughey's careers.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey was already in Dazed and Confused at the time.
Yeah,
but Adrian Brody, he was a nobody.
Yeah, that was his like first main role, I believe.
Adrian Brody had what, 1 line or 2 lines?
Yeah, a few lines, but he was one of the players on the team.
Yeah, and he would later go on to win Best Picture for his role in a movie that will probably be mentioned in the next top 10 video.
Next few videos, yes.
Yeah. But is that it? I think that's...
that's it, guys. Yes. Yep. Thank you all for enjoying the video, and tell me on what your favorite top 10 movies from the
Yeah, give us your
1990s.
top 10
Oz.
or some of your favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, and guys, keep going, growing. And happy
Happy
Wiggling,
Wiggling. See you
everyone.
in the 2000s.
See you